Hi, I'm Vanessa Moncada, and this is my sports story. I've grown up playing sports all my life, pretty much ever since I was little. My dad really introduced me to sports. He mainly introduced me to soccer and basketball, but I kind of grew up with more brothers and just playing around with more boy cousins. So football was really mainly introduced to me. So I really took a liking for football, but never really pursued it. Obviously, this was middle school, elementary, but I would play every single recess. But if I couldn't, I would play with some of the girls doing basketball or soccer. But I was mainly the only girl really out there playing with the boys. But middle school, I was able to join volleyball, which is where during one of the practices, I saw some of the students going around the halls, and I was interested because I was like, why would you do that for a sport? And I got to talk with one of the students, and they told me, yeah, this is wrestling, and briefly told me about it, and that was kind of like my first introduction to wrestling, so that was pretty cool. But I wasn't able to finish the rest of the season due for my parents being a little busy with work, but I was able to do basketball and soccer for middle school year, and it was a phenomenal season. I loved it. I think for basketball, I made C team, where there was, C team, and I swung to JV, I believe, and then my soccer season, I made JV, and I swung to varsity because I would play goalie for varsity, and I would also kind of be able to play for them as well, or switch out and play striker. But I was only able to participate in 6th grade because my 7th and my 8th grade was when COVID hit, so I wasn't able to do anything for sports those years, which was unfortunate. But freshman year comes by, and I did take a interest in possibly participating in softball, but my dad was kind of like, you already want to do 2 sports this season, kind of like, it was a lot to put on my plate. But I wanted to anyways, but I decided just to stick to the 2 sports, basketball and soccer. Amazing seasons. Basketball season, I was only able to participate in the first, I believe, quarter or first half due to a concussion. But I believe I made C team, swung to JV and varsity, or mainly just JV. Soccer season was awesome. I loved it. I made, I believe, JV, and I swung for a couple games for varsity. And then I moved that was when I was in Greeley West. Then I moved to Brush High School, and freshman year I tried out for softball. I stayed for the whole season. I stayed on C team, I believe, and I loved every part of it. I think I also swung to JV a few times, but after that I went to try out for basketball and wrestling. I wanted to try out wrestling that year since I did softball, but I came up to the decision whether if I wanted to pursue basketball or wrestling. Basketball at the time was actually my favorite sport, deteriorating from football previously because when I was younger, I believe my parents were kind of like concerned for my safety, kind of like with more physical sports, so I never really pursued wrestling or pursued any other physical sports. But since I was in the position to, I took it, and I fell in love with the sport instantly, over my previous favorite sport, basketball. But I was able to finish that season. I was going to be on varsity, I believe, but I wasn't able to, and that also caused me to not be able to do soccer that season or sophomore year. But I was going to bounce back for junior year with softball again, but I wanted to be a catcher, which that position was kind of like taken at that moment, so I didn't finish or go through with that season. But I did go with wrestling, and I was able to go through the full year. I believe I was JV or also varsity, I'm not entirely sure, but awesome season. I was only able to participate, I'm not entirely sure how many games fully, and I don't have any of the records, but from off the top of my head, probably 6 at the least, but I mainly only won one besides Tech Falls, but throughout the whole season I was able to come back and work on my mistakes or learn from my mistakes throughout the season. I had a really awesome coach and really awesome team. They pushed us to our best, and it was honestly a really awesome experience. And I was able to do soccer as well. Finished the full season, awesome season. I swung from JV to varsity a couple of times as well. There, awesome season. I just played as much as I could, and I played as hard as I could, time after time. But senior year, I was not able to participate in any of the seasons. But if I was able to, I would have gave it my all. It would have been awesome. But for my explanation on my lack of video, I apologize. I was not in the privilege to have that person to be by my side to constantly record, and you know, I just want to put it out there that in those videos where I clip, I just want to show kind of like how much effort I put into the sport, because I've really loved sports all my life, and it's always been the thing that I've always been dedicated to, really, besides being a student and a family. But you know, I really apologize for that lack, but in the end, I put everything into the sport through myself, and I hope that reflects my videos that you hopefully see. But yeah, this is my story, and thank you.